softball tournament held on the University of St. Francis. Today's first game features the 7th seed Huntington University Foresters and the top seed Indiana Wesleyan University Wildcats. Now let's meet the starting lineup. First for Huntington. Batting first in left field, number 33, Mackenzie Klein. Batting second, the designated player, number 00, Casey Hickle. Batting third at third, number 23, Jess Duvall. Batting fourth at first, number 2, Maddie Goheen. Batting fifth, playing shortstop, number 21, Maddie Duvall. Batting sixth, playing second, number 5, Chloe Gregory. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 3, Kaylee Bishop. Batting eighth in right field, number 1, Jocelyn Harbert. Batting ninth in center, number 4, Carly Tharp. And the pitcher for the Foresters, number 15, Kinsey Mollenkoff. The head coach of Huntington is Tim Averill. Now let's meet the starters for the Wildcats. Batting first in right field, number 4, Courtney Thomas. Batting second in center, number 5, Morgan Yater. Batting third at first, number 20, Maddie Martin. Batting fourth, the DP, number 9, Briley Bilger. Batting fifth in left field, number 19, Whitney Waddell. Batting sixth, playing second, number 42, Leah May. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 7, Madison Tharp. Batting eighth, playing third, number 23, Sarah Rubel. Batting ninth at shortstop, number 0, Danica Fuller. And the pitcher for the Wildcats, number 2, Isabel Beidlecheese. The head coach of the Wildcats is Kelsey Quistra. Now, at this time, we ask that you rise if you are able and face the flag for the playing of the national anthem.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge.
We welcome you back to West Indoor Field here in Fort Wayne, Indiana on the University of St. Francis campus as we get ready for day 3 of the conference tournament, our second full slate of games today as we start in the losers bracket with a pair of elimination games coming your way first thing this morning. We'll have a winners bracket game at 3 o'clock and then another elimination game coming up at 5 p.m. It's the number 7 seed Huntington against the number 1 seed Indiana Wesleyan to start things here today at West Indoor Field, Fort Wayne, Indiana. Jaron Matheny with SummitCitySports.com. So glad that you are with us. Mackenzie Klein in the leadoff spot, followed by Casey Hickle and Jess Duvall. Maddie Goheen batting 4th. Maddie Duvall 5th. Chloe Gregory in the 6th spot. Kaylee Bishop batting 7th. Jocelyn Harbert 8th. And then Carly Tharp is batting 9th. Defensively for Indiana Wesleyan, it's Waddell in left with Yater in center and Thomas in right field. Rubel at 3rd, Fuller at short, May at 2nd with Martin over at 1st. Tharp is behind the plate, catching the right-hander Isabel Beidlecheese. The 15-6 overall record this season. Beidlecheese 8 complete games, including 5 shutout victories. 121 innings pitched, 50 strikeouts compared to just 26 walks. This will be her 24th start of the season. And she comes in with a 2.65 ERA. on the year. And we are all ready to go. Mackenzie Klein in the leadoff spot gets things started for Huntington. The Foresters 27-23. They lost in extra innings yesterday, 2-1 in 8 innings to Marion. As Klein takes a first pitch strike, we are underway. 9:57 is your start time for game number 1. A ball off the outside and a ball on a strike to Mackenzie Klein. Klein in the leadoff spot. .435 batting average during the regular season with a .480 on base percentage. 2 balls and a strike. 2-1, and this one finds a gap in left center field. Klein takes a big turn around first, but will hold up with a leadoff single, and that's how things get started for Huntington here in the top of the first inning. And it brings up the 2-hole hitter and Casey Hickel. So Hickel coming to bat with a runner on first and nobody down. Top of the first inning offensively. Hickel turns to bunt, pulls it back, and takes a strike. 0-1. Indiana Wesleyan this year during the regular season, team ERA of 2.64. This bunt is pushed foul down the third base side. No balls and 2 strikes between Vital Cheese and Hickel. Hickel 0-2, up in the zone, a ball and 2 strikes now on the designated player. Casey Hickel went 4 for 4 in Huntington's win over Mount Vernon Nazarene in the play-in game here in the Crossroads League tournament. Up and out of play, it stays a 1-2 count. Indiana Wesleyan 37-12 overall record. Wildcats losing yesterday in extra innings. This is on the ground to second. And they'll go to second, get the force out with Klein, a fielder's choice for route number 1. Both these teams losing in extras yesterday, going 8 innings. For Huntington, it was Hasselby who ended up with the loss. Kinsey Mollenkoff will be the pitcher today. Toole was given just her 3rd loss of the season for Indiana Wesleyan as Spring Arbor was able to defeat IWU. Oh, 1 on the ground is short. Fuller to second for 1, and again the fielder's choice. That is all they will. Well, this one got away, from the second baseman, so everybody's safe. And an error defensively against Indiana Wesleyan here in the first. We'll take a look at that last play in just a moment, but an error defensively against Indiana Wesleyan. Runners at first and second for Huntington. And a first pitch ball, 1-0. As we look back at that last play, ground ball to short, and Fuller just dropped it on the exchange there at second base. In for a strike, 1-1 count. Of course, these two teams met 4 times during the regular season. Their meetings were a little bit split up due to weather, and we kind of saw that this year in terms of doubleheaders across the board. Nobody could really fit in a clean total Crossroads League schedule this year. Huntington and Indiana Wesleyan meeting 3 different times to complete those 4 games. Indiana Wesleyan 3-1 this season against the Foresters. It's a ball and 2 strikes on Maddie Goheen. 1-2 is outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Goheen in the 4 spot, playing first base in this game, at least to start. We saw Gabby Hypes in there yesterday at first with Goheen catching. Called strike 3, and Beidel Cheese gets her first strikeout, second out of the first inning, and it brings up the shortstop, Maddie Duval, with 2 down. Maddie Duval, 28 RBIs during the regular season, was just an RBI behind Goheen for first on the team. Off the edge on that first offering, ball 1 to Maddie Duval. Shortstop, sister Jess Duval over at third base. They lock down that left side of the infield defensively for Huntington. Duval 1-0. Caught the zone at the knees to Duval. A ball and a strike. Just off the plate, 2-1 count. Huntington trying to strike first here today against Indiana Wesleyan. Wesleyan falling to Spring Arbor 3-2 in 8 innings yesterday. This is fouled off. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Winner of this game will play later today. They'll play in the final game of the day at about 5 o'clock against the winner of our next game between Taylor and Marion. Beidel Cheese with a 2-2. Duval on the ground to second. The throw to first is in time. And the Foresters leave a couple runners aboard in the first. We go to the bottom of the first inning. And coming up to bat, Indiana Wesleyan, we will meet the batting order for the Wildcats when we return to Westendorf Field here in Fort Wayne.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSN, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psnsports.com.
Bottom of the first inning back here in this elimination game in Fort Wayne. The University of St. Francis hosting the Crossroads League tournament. Here is your batting order for Indiana Wesleyan. Courtney Thomas leading things off, followed by Morgan Yater and Maddie Martin. Briley Bilger in the 4 spot. Whitney Waddell batting 5th. Leah May 6th. Madison Tharp in the 7 spot and catching. Sarah Rubel hits 8th, and then Danica Fuller batting 9th. Defensively for the Foresters, Klein in left, Tharp in center, and Harbor in right field. Jess Duval at third, Maddie Duval at short. Gregory at second, Goheen at first. Bishop is behind the plate, and your starting pitcher today, Kenzie Mollenkoff. A 16-9 overall record now for Mollenkoff this season. After winning that game over Mount Vernon Nazarene, she's pitched more than 165 innings now this season, or right on that 165 mark after her relief appearance yesterday. This will be her 26th start of the season. As Courtney Thomas fouls away the first offering. Thomas, Yater, Martin, top 3 in the order. Courtney Thomas, .436 batting average and a .509 on-base percentage during the regular season for Indiana Wesleyan. Thought about laying down a bunt, takes a strike, and it's now 1-2. Sun is out today, but it is chillier today than it was yesterday in Fort Wayne. Up in the zone, it's 2-2 now to Thomas. Currently 46 degrees. We'll get up to about 55. Thomas Laces one into left field, down for a base hit and a leadoff single for Indiana Wesleyan. Both teams beginning things offensively today with a single. Thomas aboard at first for Morgan Yater. Center fielder Yater with Thomas aboard at first. 13 for 15 stolen bases this year for Courtney Thomas as Yater looked to lay down the bunt, fouls it away. It's 0-1. Indiana Wesleyan, the number 1 seed after going 30-6 in the Crossroads League during the regular season. Yater lays off the 0-1. We're even a ball and a strike. Wind is blowing out towards right field again today. It is a little bit gustier, at least to start the day, than we saw at the start of yesterday. After the weather came through and the rain, the wind was really blowing out towards right and helped St. Francis get a 5-1 win over Marion. As Peyton Eiliff and Abby Robakowski went back-to-back to right center field. 2-1. Yater in the air to left, Klein drifting back to make the catch. One down in the first, and the first baseman, Maddie Martin, coming to bat. Martin, 381 batting average, 460 on base percentage, 60 RBIs during the regular season for Martin. Takes a first pitch strike. Those 60 RBIs for Martin in the regular season have her at 12th best in the NAIA in terms of runs driven in this season. Fouled away. It's now 0-2 on the first baseman, Maddie Martin. Riley Bilger, the designated player, is in the on-deck circle for Indiana Wesleyan. Wildcat offense could not find its groove yesterday against the good pitching of Emily Underwood from Spring Arbor. Of course, that's kind of been a consistent story across the conference this year when you see Underwood in the circle. More often times than not, she's keeping hitters off balance. Floated out to short. Duvall makes the catch, fires back to first. It gets away, and Thomas will move up to second on that errant throw by the shortstop. There are 2 down, but an error defensively. And now a runner in scoring position for Bilger. Those are the mistakes that you cannot make against a top team in the conference. Ranked number 23rd in the final top 25 poll in the NAIA yesterday. Bilger behind 0-1. Taylor takes on Marion in our next game, coming up at about noon. Off-speed pitch falls into the zone for a strike to Bilger. 0-2. Indiana Wesleyan knows they are going to the national tournament by winning the regular season in the conference. Huntington's going to need to win out and get that automatic bid to get in. Does feel like the top 3 teams in the conference are probably fine. Or could there be a bid stealer with Huntington or Taylor or Spring Arbor as Thomas takes off for third? She is in safely. And now a runner 60 feet from scoring for Indiana Wesleyan. Mollenkoff 2-2, and she gets the strikeout of Bilger to end the bottom of the first inning as Indiana Wesleyan leaves a runner aboard at third. An inning complete here in this elimination game. It is 0-0 between Indiana Wesleyan and Huntington. SummitCitySports.com.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
SummitCitySports.com, and we welcome you back for the top of the second inning. Foresters coming to bat in the second. Chloe Gregory, Kaylee Bishop, and then Jocelyn Harbert. 6, 7, 8 in the batting order for Huntington. AIA baseball tournament underway again today as well. This one is fouled back on the first pitch to Gregory. 0-1 count. Chloe Gregory has been the mainstay at second for Huntington. Brings a little pop into the lineup. This took a wicked bounce over at third base, but Rubel's able to fire across to Martin at first. 1 down. Here's the catcher, Kaylee Bishop. Bishop did not start yesterday. It was Goheen behind the plate in place of Bishop, but she hit .275 during the regular season. No home runs, but 21 runs driven in. Starts today with Mollenkoff in the circle. You wonder if some of that is you're looking for more offense potentially, but also just a comfort with your pitchers on who may be catching on any given day. Count at 1-1. High and outside, 2 balls and a strike. Vital Cheese. This is out here, and it's 3-1. Vital Cheese, Toole, Clemens carried the rotation for Indiana Wesleyan this year. We saw Toole yesterday go 8 innings in that loss to Spring Arbor, as the walk is drawn by Bishop. A runner aboard at first with 1 out. And it's Jocelyn Harbert coming to the plate for the Foresters. 27-23 now for Huntington. They finished right at 500 in the Crossroads League during the regular season. 18-18 overall. Here's the left-handed hitting Harbert. Got past the catcher Tharp. Runner is into second safely. And a runner into scoring position for Huntington in the second. Harbert had an RBI yesterday for Huntington, putting her up to 9 on the year. Turns and shoots this one foul down the first base side. It's a 1-1 count. Center fielder Carly Tharp is on deck as they get this ball back into play. Count 1-1 with 1 out in the top of the second. Bishop aboard at second. Vital Cheese misses low. Looking to crown a new champion in the Crossroads League tournament for the first time in 4 years. Marion has won the last 3 softball tournament titles. Harbert back up the middle into center field. Yater throwing all the way home, and now coming home and scoring on the slide is Bishop. All the way over to third base is Harbert. It is a single for Harbert, and then An error defensively against Indiana Wesleyan. A runner aboard at third and just one out. Forsters strike first. We'll see. There could potentially be two errors on that play against Indiana Wesleyan on the throw in. Sailing over the catcher Tharp, but also that throw that allowed Harbert to go up to third. 9th spot in the order, Carly Tharp with one down. First pitch swinging, popped up and out of play on the first base side. 0-1. So the second hit of the game for the Foresters produces a run, and Harbert is all the way over at third. Tharp thought about bunting, took a strike, and it's now 0-2. Top of the order with Mackenzie Klein due up next. 0-2. And at short, Fuller comes on to make the catch on the pop-up. 2 down. Back to the top of the order with Mackenzie Klein. Indiana Wesleyan, the one thing on their record this year, and they can give you a little bit pause, is they are 7-6 in neutral site games this season. Half of the games they've lost this year were in neutral site contests. They're 15-3 at home, 15-3 on the road, but 7-6 now in neutral site games. Klein in the air, well struck to right field, and this one's going to land down for a base hit. Huntington with another run scoring. And all the way to third is Mackenzie Klein, an RBI triple, and it's a 2-0 lead for the Foresters here in the second. RBI triple for Klein as she drives in. It'll be her 23rd run of the season. And the speedy leadoff hitter is over at third base with 2 down, puts the pressure on with Hickel at the plate. Swings and fouls it back 0-1. Vital Cheese in the circle for Indiana Wesleyan. Hickel reached on a fielder's choice in the last inning, 0 for 1 today. On the ground, up the middle, into center field. The Foresters have put up 3 here in the second. RBI single for Casey Hickel. And now down to the 3 spot in the order with Jess Duvall. So a runner at first and 2 down, 3-0. Huntington leading in the top of the second. First pitch ball thrown to Jess Duvall. Vital Cheese getting the start today after Toole pitched yesterday. It'll be interesting to see how Marion handles its staff today after Macy Cohen pitched 14 innings yesterday. This is on the ground as short. Fuller goes to second, and we go to the bottom of the second inning. A 3 spot for the Foresters in the second, and it's Huntington with a 3-0 lead heading into the bottom of inning number 2.
PSM Sports Therapy. Recovery is more than getting you back to your sport. It's about building a stronger version of you. Our team of experts uses state-of-the-art technology to build personalized care plans that get you healthy and back in action safely. With no physician order needed, contact us directly to receive top-quality care exactly when you need it. Call 260-266-4007. Visit one of our Fort Wayne locations or go to psmsports.com to learn more.
Bottom of the second, and the home team, Indiana Wesleyan, as we've got some players saying hello. I don't know if that's Marion or Taylor, but somebody getting in on the action saying hi to mom and dad at home, more than likely, who are tuning in. Glad that you're with us here in the Crossroads League softball tournament. SummitCitySports.com. It is 3-0 Huntington as this first pitch is fouled away by Whitney Waddell. An 0-1 count, 3 runs on 3 hits in the second for the Foresters. 1 error defensively by Indiana Wesleyan, as well as a runner left on base. It is 0-2 quickly on Waddell. The left fielder .398 at the plate during the regular season. This trails too far outside, a ball and 2 strikes. Scheduled today, coming up at noon, Taylor takes on the number 3 seed Marion. That's number 4 versus number 3. As Molenkoff picks up the strikeout, 1 away in the second. Second strikeout for Molenkoff. 1 away, and it's the second baseman, Leah May, coming to bat. Turns to bunt. This one is back towards the circle. Molenkoff to first. It is in time, just by a half a step to get the out. Quickly, 2 down in the second. You know, when we saw Huntington here at St. Francis earlier this year, saw them play at Indiana Tech as well. Kenzie Molenkoff in the circle, they got a chance to beat anybody. And the bats, as good as they are throughout the order from 1 to 9, it's easier said than done to beat this Huntington group. Even though they finished 500 during the regular season in the Crossroads League, this is not a team that goes down easily, and anytime Molenkoff is in that circle, they've given themselves a little extra boost in the win column. Again, for my money, it's probably Emily Underwood. That's the best pitcher in the conference, but there are so many good aces across the board. This is fouled off. It's now 1-2. Molenkoff's numbers, with an ERA just above 3, put her in that same conversation. Underwood's ERA is under 1.8 now. 2 balls and 2 strikes. We saw Colin of Taylor yesterday, saw her for the first time. Her run that was allowed was an unearned run in that 1-0 loss to Spring Arbor. And of course, you're talking about Spring Arbor, you're talking about Underwood, but also Alexin Dubose pitched a perfect game essentially against Taylor with her consistency. This is taken into left field, and a 2-out single for Indiana Wesleyan. It's Madison Tharp who gets on. And it brings Sarah Rubel to the plate. Two down, bottom of inning number 2, first of 4 games today here in the Crossroads League softball tournament. Held off that first offering. Ball 1 to Rubel. Rubel, 2 home runs, 27 RBIs during the regular season. Indiana Wesleyan team batting average of .373, third best in the NAIA. 3 balls and no strikes on Sarah Rubel. 9th spot in the order, the shortstop. Danica Fuller is on deck, 3-0. Rubel turned to bunt, pulled it back. It's 3-1. Tharp at first. 3-1 is fouled back, and it's now full between Molenkoff and Rubel. Payoff. Called strike 3. Molenkoff with the K to end the second. Indiana Wesleyan leaves a runner aboard at first, and we're through 2 innings. 3-0. Foresters with the lead here on SummitCitySports.com.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Elimination game here in the Crossroads League softball tournament. Number 1 seed Indiana Wesleyan trailing the number 7 seed Huntington 3-0. Foresters come to bat 4, 5, and 6 in the order in the top of the third. The winner of this game will play later today at 5 o'clock. If you win that one, you move into championship day in the Crossroads League tournament. You won't be in the championship series with 2 wins today, but you get the right to play for that championship series spot as Goheen sends this one in the air to right center field, and it leaves the yard. Maddie Goheen with a solo home run. Goheen's first home run of the year. And it's 4-0 Huntington. And now we may see a pitching change for Indiana Wesleyan as Coach Koistra is out of the dugout. Isabel Beidel-Cheese here to start the top of the third. And it is pitching change time for Indiana Wesleyan. So a quick pull here as Beidel-Cheese will exit. It'll be a new pitcher coming in for Indiana Wesleyan. We will meet the new pitcher after this 30-second break.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Top of the third inning, it is 4-0 Huntington with the lead over Indiana Wesleyan as Beidel-Cheese exits after 2+ innings of work. Did not record an out here in the third. I'll go with those 2+ innings and giving up a total of 5 hits, including 4 runs. Now, the earned run department for Beidel-Cheese will not be as bad as, a couple defensive mistakes in this game have led to runs, but that solo home run for Goheen to start the inning was enough to make the change, and now Mulaney Clemens is into the game in relief. This is her 22nd appearance of the season. 22 of them have come in this relief role, so she's used to coming out of the bullpen and into games. 4-2 record, 2.86 ERA. Does have 1 save over 44 innings pitched. 30 strikeouts, 25 walks for Clemens, and now she gets to face the 5 spot in the order for Huntington. And Maddie Duvall, the Foresters play long ball to begin the third. It's 4-0 quickly in favor of HU. Maddie Duvall digs in. Wind is whipping towards right field at the moment. Clemens misses with that first offering to Duvall, 1-0. We really saw a drastic difference in the wind over the course of the day yesterday. By the time our final game started, it was truly gusting towards right field after we had little to no wind for the first 2 games of the day. 2 balls and no strikes. Inside corner, called a strike to Duvall. It's 2-1. Tim Averill down the third base line. Coach Averill in his 2nd season at the helm for the Foresters. Trying to get this HU group on to another elimination game tonight. And if you win that one, you get to play on the final day of the conference tournament. Be pretty good for a number 7 seed. 3-1. Inside corner, called a strike to Duvall. Count is full at 3-2. Maddie Duvall grounded out to second to end the first inning. Forsters have scored 4 runs since then. 3-2. Up high, ball 4, and headed down to first base is Maddie Duvall. 7th spot in the order, Chloe Gregory coming to bat. Indiana Wesleyan, again, they know they are in the national tournament. Obviously, you don't want to go into the national tournament losing back-to-back games in your conference tournament. Huntington needing to win today to keep their hopes of a tournament appearance alive. 0-1 count on Chloe Gregory. She grounded out to third in the last inning, right before Huntington got things started offensively today against Beidel Cheese. Clemens with the 0-1. Too far outside, a ball and a strike. Maddie Duvall aboard at first. 5 for 5 in stolen bases during the regular season. Clemens with a 1-1. Up high, Duvall going for second. Now she's caught up in between, trying to go back, and she is tagged out for out number 2. Or for out number 1, excuse me. It's a 2-1 count on Gregory. We're going to go and talk with the umpire over at first. We did see an obstruction call yesterday in our late game. And that came as the umpires will all get together here. And Duvall, yeah, looked there like she was out at first. Only question is maybe she obstructed getting back into the bag at first. Can't really tell from that look there, but it doesn't seem like it. Well, they've just changed the call. Safe at first is Duvall. And now Coach Koistra is out of the dugout. She wants an explanation as well. And you wonder, did Maddie Martin have a foot out in front that blocked Duvall from getting back into the bag at first? We will slow this down. Or maybe Duvall just was safe back at first base. Certainly a close play. And instead of 1 out, there is nobody out, and Duvall back aboard at first. Two and 1 count. Bunt laid down, right side of the infield. Clemens flips to first. And the sacrifice bunt for out number 1. One down, Maddie Duvall moves up to second base. And this is Kaylee Bishop back at the plate. First pitch on the inside corner, it's a called strike, 0-1. Kaylee Bishop walked and then scored in the last inning. She was the first run to score today for Huntington. Foresters with a 4-0 lead in the top of the third. 0-1. On the ground to second, May Fields goes to Martin for the second out. Duvall over to third. 2 away for Jocelyn Harbert. And here's Harbert again in a spot to drive in some runs potentially. First pitch up in the zone, ball 1. It seems like Harbert has been at the plate in big spots for Huntington during the course of this tournament. She's already come through, put the ball in play earlier today, led to an error defensively that scored a run, and then she scored herself. Up in the zone, 2-0 count. Center fielder Carly Tharp is on deck. And then it would turn over to the top of the order for the Foresters, who have already gone through the order. This is their second time today. 2-0. And it's ball 3 to Harbor. Duval over at third. 2 down, top of the third. 4-0 Huntington. Get some shade and a called strike to make it 3-1 on Harbor. Harbert was a .351 hitter during the regular season for Huntington. Takes this to the right side of the infield. May gloves and throws to first. And that ends the top of the third. The Foresters do get another run, though, on the solo home run from Maddie Goheen. We head to the home half of the third inning. 4-0 lead for Huntington.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
4-0 Huntington in front of Indiana Wesleyan as we welcome you back for the bottom of the third inning. 9-1 and 2 in the batting order for the Wildcats, who are trying to figure some things out offensively here. So far, they have not figured out Mollenkoff here first 2 innings and the first time through the order. Fuller takes a strike, and we begin the bottom of the third. Fuller, Thomas, Yater, 9-1 and 2 in the order for Indiana Wesleyan. Up in the zone to Fuller, 1-1 count. Fuller playing shortstop and hitting in the 9 spot for Indiana Wesleyan. Haven't seen a ton of change throughout the course of the season at shortstop, as Fuller's hitting .427 from the 9 spot in the order. Just outside, 2-2. Two from Mollenkoff. Falls back into the zone, called strike 3, and there is 1 down in the home half of the third inning. Back-to-back strikeouts looking for Mollenkoff. And back to the top of the order for Indiana Wesleyan, it's Courtney Thomas. 4 strikeouts the first time through the order for Mollenkoff. Just missed to Thomas on that first offering. Singled and then was left stranded at third. Little tapper fouled off Thomas in the box. It's a 1-1 count. Two hits the first time through the order, but no runs offensively. Thomas trying to lay down a bunt. It's foul. Now 0-2. Really important thing for Huntington today is to play a clean sheet defensively as well. You've got Indiana Wesleyan up against the wall right now with this 4-0 lead. I know it's early, but you can feel that pressure starting to build a little bit in an elimination game, even this early on. You can't give the Wildcats extra chances at the plate, because that's when they can really do some major damage. Thomas on a line, and her second hit of the day, a single into left field for Courtney Thomas. Third total hit for Indiana Wesleyan. Runner aboard at first, 1 away. Bottom of the third inning, and here's Morgan Yater. Yater flew out to left field in her first at-bat today. Trying to get on base and put 2 on for the middle part of this order. Bottom of the third, 4-0 Foresters. Yater takes a strike at the knees. It's 1-1. Maddie Martin, then Briley Bilger. Here's the 1-1. Yater fouls it straight back now, 1-2. Wind continues to blow out towards right field. It is definitely gusting at times. See how hitters adjust. You've got to be able to put the ball towards right field because that's where the wind is helping you today. Get something up in the jet stream, see if it can carry it out for you. Goheen did that in the top of this inning. 1-2 out in front, but Yater still pokes one into right field, down for a hit. Thomas up to third, and now she is being set home and will score standing. Have an error in the outfield there for Huntington. A single and a run comes in for Indiana Wesleyan, and the Wildcats are on the board. We just talked about it. Defensive mistakes can be the thing that allows Indiana Wesleyan to get back in the game. And out there in right field, Harbert really couldn't collect that ball cleanly. And it led to Thomas being sent home and Yater reaching second. 4-1 Foresters in the bottom of the third. 0-1. That's off the plate to Martin, a ball and a strike. You know Indiana Wesleyan offensively can bring it. This is on the ground to third. Jess Duvall over to first. It is in time to get the out. Nice job to recollect there by Duvall, and Goheen keeps her back foot on the bag. 2 down. And the 4th spot in the order, Briley Bilger, one of the best power hitters in the conference with 13 home runs this season. First pitch strike, 0-1 to Bilger. Yater aboard at second. Indiana Wesleyan has found its way on the board here in the third, but it looks like it'll be just one. Popped up, second baseman Gregory tracks it down, and we are through 3 innings here at Westendorf Field in Fort Wayne, and a 4-1 ball game. Huntington in front of Indiana Wesleyan. Summit City Sports.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
Top of the fourth, 4-1. Huntington with the lead on Indiana Wesleyan. The Foresters coming to bat at 9-1-2 in the batting order. Our first game of 4 today. The winner of this one will play again at 5 p.m. in another elimination game. Loser of this one is done for the postseason tournament. Clemens back in the circle to begin the 4th. Winner will play at 5 p.m. against the winner of our next game between Marion and Taylor. 2 balls and no strikes on the 9-hole hitter Carly Tharp. She popped out to short. Back in the second. Clemens into the zone for a strike, 2-1. 5 total hits for the Foresters, 2 errors committed by Indiana Wesleyan so far. Has not been a clean sheet for either defense. Both teams have committed 2 errors in the early going. 2-2 count on Carly Tharp. That is below the knees, 3-2. Clemens likes the call. Here's the 3-2. Tharp took it right back up the middle, and it is a leadoff single once again for Huntington, this time in the fourth. The Foresters, for the 3rd time today, the leadoff batter in an inning records a hit. Klein started the game with a single. Goheen had that solo home run. And now Tharp begins the 4th with a hit. Top of the order with Klein, and this one rolls foul. 0-1. Mackenzie Klein, RBI triple in her last at-bat. She is 2 for 2 already today. Clemens with the 0-1. Tried to lay down the bunt again, did Klein, and it's now 0-2. Foresters know how important it is to continue to pile on runs against Indiana Wesleyan. They're a team that can score in a hurry. You give them the chance. Klein 0-2, slapped it back towards the middle. Clemens picks up, throws to first. It is in time to get the out. Runner moves up to second. Out number 1. One away for the designated player, Casey Hickel. Hickel with an RBI single in her last plate appearance. She's got an RBI out there at second right now. Clemens' first pitch is in for a strike, 0-1. Fouled away by Hickel, trying to stay warm out there today as well. Pretty much everybody wearing long sleeves out on the field, except for Fuller at short, and then Yater out in center, and our catcher also, Tharp, behind the plate, going without the long sleeves. 0-2. Hickel out in front. This one was down in the dirt. They throw to first to record the strikeout. 2 away, and it brings up Jess Duvall. Clemens with her first strikeout, second strikeout for the Indiana Wesleyan pitching staff. Jess Duvall with 2 down. And Clemens has to step off the rubber there as remember, Foley came set. Everything is okay. First pitch to Duvall is a ball. I believe they called a ball on that first movement by Clemens. This up in the zone, got past the catcher Tharp and to the backstop. Three balls and no strikes here on Duvall. after that illegal pitch. And that's ball 4 to Duval. So a walk puts runners at the corners for Huntington. As runner taken off for home here, Tharp scores. An aggressive base running from Huntington pays off as time had not been called, it seemed like. That ball was back in the circle. We'll see if time had officially been granted. Of the dugout, and now wants to talk with the umpire over at third base as well to see if this will be stopped and if Tharp will be put back over at third base. Right now, it's aggressive base running that pays off for the Foresters to make it a 5-1 game. I don't know if I saw anybody call time. I was writing down the walk for Jess Duval. Looked up, and all of a sudden, Carly Tharp was taken off for home. And maybe Tharp wasn't even standing on third base when the ball was back in the circle. And now all the umpires are going to get together and talk this one over. 2 down in the top of the 4th inning. And the crew will talk this one out. It'll be the second time today they've had to get together to discuss something with Huntington up offensively. So our 3 umpires together just in front of the mound, working through whether Tharp was allowed to go in that situation or if time had been called on the field. Right now the run counts for the Foresters, and it is 5-1. Saw Coach Koistra come out, and they're going to call the runner at third out for the final out of the inning. So that run does not count, and it is 4-1. We'll get you an update on that scoring decision when we come back with the bottom of the 4th inning. More than likely, at least my initial thought here is that the pitcher was back in the circle, and then you get a runner leaving early in a sense with that last play. We'll try to get this one figured out and fill you in on the details after we come back from this break. 4-1, Huntington with the lead. A run comes off the board for the Foresters in the bottom of the 4th inning.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
All right, so we went back and watched the play in between our break there from the top of the 4th to the bottom of the 4th inning, and the conversation is still going on at home plate with Coach Averill and our home plate umpire, and just trying to figure out, you know, in that situation's a little bit weird. I figured if anything they were going to send Tharp back to third base, but they call her out, and the only thing that I can think of right now is that the ball was controlled in the circle, play is dead, and then you had a runner leave early, essentially. We'll try to get that confirmed after the game as we make our way into the bottom of the 4th. The inning will end And Maddie Goheen will be up in the top of the 5th inning for Huntington. We are ready to go in the bottom of the 4th. Whitney Waddell leading things off for the Wildcats. Fouls back the first offering, 0-1. So instead of 5-1, it remains 4-1. And instead of runners on the corners, it is the end of the top of the 4th. And now time is called again. And now again, we'll have a conversation with the umpire. So the 3rd time today here in just the 4th inning that this whole group is getting together to discuss what just happened at home plate. So Waddell may have stepped out of the box. She did not. It is an 0-1 count. Up in the zone from Mollenkoff, it's a ball, and this is fired up the Indiana Wesleyan dugout. Waddell takes low. 2 balls and a strike on Waddell. In the air, out to left field. Klein on the run makes the catch, and there is the first out of the 4th. Whew. Hopefully we are through some of the meetings and conversations for everybody, coaches and umpires both at this point. As we had a little bit of a log jam there over the last 2 outs recorded. This is popped up behind the mound. Duvall calls for it. Jess Duvall makes the catch, and there are 2 away in the bottom of the 4th inning. Madison Tharp with nobody on and 2 down. First pitch strike from Mollenkoff, 0-1. That's just off the plate to Tharp. One and one count. Tharp back up the middle, her second hit of the day. This one, another single into center field. 4 total hits for Indiana Wesleyan, but all of them are between the 4 hits. 2 for Thomas, 2 for Tharp. Two down. And a first pitch strike to Sarah Rubel, 0-1. Winner of this one keeps their tournament championship hopes alive. We'll play at 5 p.m. today in a second elimination game. One. That missed. 2 balls and a strike. This is lifted, shallow right field. Harbert comes in, makes the catch, and we've completed 4 innings. It is a 4-1 lead for the number 7 seed Huntington over the number 1 seed Indiana Wesleyan. Top of the 5th coming up next, and the Wildcats in some trouble here in this elimination game.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Top of the 5th inning in this elimination game between Huntington and Indiana Wesleyan. Foresters come to bat in the 5th. The fly out to Harbert ended the last inning. On the ground to third, Rubel over to first, and Goheen is down on 1 pitch to begin the 5th. Now Maddie Duval comes to bat, and this is the spot where Clemens entered in the 3rd. Clemens has not allowed a run so far, has given up just 1 hit, 2 walks. Here is Maddie Duval. Off the plate on that first offering to Duval, ball 1. Again, our second game is scheduled to begin at noon today, depending upon when this first one wraps up. About 30 minutes in between games. Then we'll be back at 3 o'clock, winner's bracket, Spring Arbor against St. Francis. And then 5 p.m., the winner of this game takes on the winner of our next game to try and continue on to Friday. Quickly, 3 balls and no strikes on Maddie Duval. Four to 1, Huntington leads Indiana Wesleyan in the 5th. The sun is out. It's helping warm it up a little bit in Fort Wayne today, but not a lot. Certainly does not feel like we're about to turn the calendar into May. (3-1). Duval on the ground, through the middle and into center field, and it's a 1-out single for Maddie Duval. Brings up Chloe Gregory with a runner at first in 1 out. So Duval on at first. 1 away, Chloe Gregory is 0 for 1 today. Had a sacrifice bunt her last time up. First pitch strike to Gregory, 0-1. Kaylee Bishop is scheduled to hit next. We'll see, because we've seen Gabby Hypes a couple of different times here this week as well. Coach Averill thinks about making that change. Hypes played yesterday at first, and at the end of Huntington's first game, she came in defensively as well. Shade comes out. 1-1. Back into the zone for Clemens. A ball and 2 strikes. And you got to give credit to Clemens. She has kept Indiana Wesleyan in this game since entering in relief. 1-2. Skip past the catcher Tharp to the backstop. It's 2-2 as Duval moves up to second. And now a single could bring home a run for the Foresters. Two. Ooh, just off the plate. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Only 1 out and nobody behind Duval, so you don't have to run on 3 and 2 here, but you'll see coaches sometimes get a runner kick-started on a 3-2 in this situation. Payoff on the way. Inside, ball 4. Runners at first and second. 1 out for Kaylee Bishop. And now Coach Koistra out of the dugout. And it looks like another change will be made, and a pitching change coming for Indiana Wesleyan as Toole is going to come into the game here in the top of the 5th. Elimination game, Crossroads League softball tournament, and a pitching change coming for Indiana Wesleyan when we return.
PSM Sports Therapy. Recovery is more than getting you back to your sport. It's about building a stronger version of you. Our team of experts uses state-of-the-art technology to build personalized care plans that get you healthy and back in action safely. With no physician order needed, contact us directly to receive top-quality care exactly when you need it. Call 260-266-4007. Visit one of our Fort Wayne locations or go to psmsports.com to learn more.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
New pitcher in for Indiana Wesleyan as Toole will enter in relief for the first time this season. She has made 25 appearances, all of them starts. Avery Toole comes in after going 8 innings yesterday. The lefty will face Kaylee Bishop, 7th spot in the order, coming to the plate. Top of the 5th and 1 down. And missed on that first offering, 1-0. Bishop with a walk in her first at-bat. She grounded out the last time at the plate. At the knees, a called strike. We're even 1-1. Right fielder Jocelyn Harbert is on deck. First and second and 1 out. Toole is the new pitcher in for Indiana Wesleyan. Off speed, stayed up in the zone, 2-1. This is fouled away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. What a nice job Huntington has done today. 3 runs in the second, another run in the third. Tried to steal a run in the last innings. Thorpe was called out. Now they're threatening again in the 5th. Bishop goes down swinging on strikes. Toole comes in relief and picks up a strikeout immediately. 2 down. Jocelyn Harbert back to bat. Maddie Duval at second. Chloe Gregory at first. Harbert takes a 1-1, a little bit up in the zone. 1-0 count. We are live from Westendorf Field here at the University of St. Francis Crossroads League Tournament. 1-0, fouled back by Harbert. It's 1-1. Harbert singled and scored in the second, grounded out to second to end the third inning, batting here in the 5th. It's up, 2-1 count. 1 pitch at a time right now for Huntington offensively. Slowly but surely, they're trying to extend this lead. Flared back, it's 2-2 on Harbert. 4 runs on 7 hits for Huntington. Toole with a 2-2. Harbert just wide of the line over at third base. We'll do it again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Center fielder Carly Tharp would hit next for Huntington. First and second and 2 away. Popped up, left field, and in to make the catch is Waddell. No runs for Huntington, 2 runners left aboard in the top of the 5th. To the home half of the 5th inning, Indiana Wesleyan trailing in this elimination game 4-1. SummitCitySports.com. Kinsey Mollenkoff back to the circle for the Foresters when we return.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
A chilly final day in April. It is 4-1. Huntington with the lead over Indiana Wesleyan in this elimination game in the Crossroads League softball tournament. SummitCitySports.com. Jaron Matheny, glad that you are with us. It is 9-1-2 in the batting order for Indiana Wesleyan. Danica Fuller to lead things off. Then back to the top of the order, Courtney Thomas and Morgan Yater. Mollenkoff through 4 innings so far. It's 4 strikeouts, including 2 looking. Did strike out Fuller her first time at the plate today. Up and out of play down the left field line. 1-1 count on Fuller. Total of 4 hits for Indiana Wesleyan compared to 7 for Huntington. Off speed, dropped into the zone, and Fuller's behind 1 and 2. In the air, left field, Klein goes back. She makes the catch. 1 down. Top of the order, and now the 3rd time through the order for Indiana Wesleyan. Wildcats, I don't think that anybody would have thought that they'd be on the verge of elimination here on day 3 of the tournament, our second full day of action after the play-ins on day 1. But here we are. 4-1 lead for Huntington. Low and inside ball 1. Sometimes when you've got something to play for at the end of the regular season, which Indiana Wesleyan did with St. Francis and the Wildcats battling out for that final top spot and to win the regular season crown. As this is back up the middle again by Thomas. She is 3 for 3 today. 3 singles and has scored the lone run in this game for Indiana Wesleyan. But offensively, Indiana Wesleyan just hasn't found that groove so far. And you do think that, hey, maybe they won the regular season title. They know they're going to the postseason, not just as locked in from the get-go in these games as teams like Huntington are. Spring Arbor, Spring Arbor and Huntington, they know that we're not going to make the national tournament if we don't win the postseason crown. It's not that they weren't good teams, but there's just not that many at-large bids up for grabs. And in terms of how the rankings go in the conference, there's 6 teams ahead of Huntington in a sense, as this is fouled back, and it's now 1 and 2 on Morgan Yater. Obviously, it'll help the resume for the Foresters, but this is one of those spots where you lose 20 games, you're not going to get an at-large bid. You've got to find your way into the tournament by winning the postseason crown. 1-2. Up in the zone, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Thomas aboard over at first. Yater is 1 for 2 today. Tharp 2 for 2, Thomas 3 for 3. They've got 5 of the 6 hits. High and inside, 3-2. Chance to put a couple runners on here for Indiana Wesleyan before Maddie Martin steps up to the plate. That is low, ball 4 to Yater, and it puts runners aboard at first and second for Indiana Wesleyan. One down in the bottom of the fifth. Here's Maddie Martin with one down, 2 runners aboard. Best chance for some real offense today for the Wildcats. First pitch swinging, this is flared and just got on top of the dugout here on the third base side, 0-1. Really well struck ball. It is foul down the third base line. Yeah, keep your head on a swivel when Maddie Martin is at the plate. Thomas at second, Yater at first, 0-2. Back to Mollenkoff. She makes the catch, goes to first. It is a 1-3 double play and a twin killing to end the bottom of the fifth. 5 innings complete. Foresters still lead it by a score of 4-1. Elimination game in the Crossroads League softball tournament, and we continue after this.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Top of the 6th, elimination game, Crossroads League tournament, 4-1. Huntington with the lead over Indiana Wesleyan. 9-1-2 in the batting order, starting with Carly Tharp here in the top of the 6th for the Foresters. 3 runs in the second, a run in the third. Indiana Wesleyan responded with a run of their own in the bottom of the third inning as Tharp lifts this ball into right field. Twisting back, Thomas makes the catch, and back-to-back innings. The first batter is retired on 1 out. Back to the top of the order for HU, and this will be the 4th time through, but the first time for this part of the order to see Toole here today. So Mackenzie Klein steps back in. You're with us in this elimination game. Top of the 6th inning, it is 4-1. Huntington with the lead. If you've missed the action today, you've missed quite a game. Total of 8 runners left on base by the Foresters through the first 5 innings offensively. We've had traffic from both teams in every inning so far. A couple of errors by both teams. 2 pretty big ones for Indiana Wesleyan. And a solo home run for Maddie Goheen of Huntington. Monumental plays in this game. Isabel Beidel, she's got the start for Indiana Wesleyan. Went 2 innings. That was it. Now Toole in relief for her 2nd inning of work. And she gets the strikeout of Klein. There are 2 away in the 6th. And now Casey Hickel, the designated player, with 2 away. First pitch swung on and missed by Hickel. It's 0-1. What this game is really going to come down to is, can Indiana Wesleyan figure out Kenzie Mollenkoff? Because they have not been able to yet. Foul back by Hickel. You feel like they're in a good spot with Toole in the game right now. It's kind of their leader by the end of the season. Left-hander's got a lot of velocity behind her. Taylor and Marion will play next, a little bit after noon. Be our scheduled start time as Hickel goes down on strikes, and it's a 1-2-3 top half of the 6th inning for Indiana Wesleyan. Wildcats coming to bat. Huntington trying to keep this at a 4-1 game as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Forster's season alive right now, and really trying to punch that ticket to the 5 p.m. game today, hoping that they can extend their season by at least a game, if not a full day, into tomorrow. 4-1, Huntington leads Indiana Wesleyan. Wildcats coming to that at 4, 5, and 6 in the order when we return.
PSM Sports Therapy. Recovery is more than getting you back to your sport. It's about building a stronger version of you. Our team of experts uses state-of-the-art technology to build personalized care plans that get you healthy and back in action safely. With no physician order needed, contact us directly to receive top-quality care exactly when you need it. Call 260-266-4007. Visit one of our Fort Wayne locations or go to psmsports.com to learn more.
4, 5, and 6 in the batting order for Indiana Wesleyan to start the bottom of the 6th inning. And a first pitch strike to Briley Bilger. Bilger, Waddell, and May coming to bat for IWU in the 6th. And it's immediately 0-2 on Briley Bilger. Kinsey Mollenkoff has given up just 1 run today. That run is unearned to Mollenkoff. Off an error defensively on a throw in from the outfield. Bilger lays off the 1-2. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 1 run for Indiana Wesleyan came in the 3rd inning. Line drive double play ended the last inning. And there were runners at first and second as Bilger goes down swinging, and Kenzie Mollenkoff with the strikeout. There is 1 down in the 6th. Whitney Waddell 0 for 2 today. A total of 6 hits for Indiana Wesleyan. Waddell flies it into left, and Klein is right there. 2 down. Quickly 2 outs in the 6th. Brings Leah May back to the plate. First pitch swinging into center. Tharp runs in, makes the catch, and a quick bottom half of the 6th. Huntington looking for some insurance in the top of the 7th as this game stays 4-1 in favor of the Foresters. The number 7 seed trying to knock off number 1. We'll see what happens in the 7th when we come back.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260s dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
Develop for
Top of the 7th inning, Indiana Wesleyan trailing Huntington 4-1. Elimination game here to start the day in the Crossroads League tournament. It's 3, 4, and 5 in the batting order for the Foresters in the 7th. Nobody has scored since the 3rd. Just Duval facing Toole for the first time today. Avery Toole It's our third inning of relief. Fouled back by Duval. It's 0-2. First time she's come in out of the bullpen this year, and that is huge for Indiana Wesleyan to see her in relief here. As you go towards the postseason in the national tournament, it's going to be anybody at any given time coming in to pitch. So big that they've got this option with Clemens out of the bullpen should they need it, as this is fouled away by Duval. Stays an 0-2 count. Winner of this game will play at 5 p.m. tonight in a second elimination game. That'll be against the winner of our next contest coming up just after noon. Up and out of play from Duval. Spring Arbor won 1-0 over Taylor yesterday. Then Marion defeated Huntington 2-1 in 8 innings. Spring Arbor won again 3-2 over Wesleyan in 8. St. Francis defeated Marion 5-1. As this hits Duval, she'll go down to first. The leadoff batter is on for Huntington. Top of the 7th, nobody out. Maddie Goheen turned to bunt. This is foul. Over towards first. With Taylor and Marion coming up next, we'll have 2 teams eliminated before the game start at 3 o'clock. Goheen pulls it back, took a called strike to make it 0-2. Duval at first. Toole, the 0-2. Off speed, and Goheen was out in front looking for the fastball. Swings and misses. 1 away. Maddie Duval, 1 for 2 today. First pitch swinging, and this is fouled off over towards first. 0-1 on Maddie Duval. She singled her last time up after walking in the 3rd and grounding out in her first at-bat of the day. Threw back to first to keep an eye on Jess Duval. A ball and a strike. So important here for Indiana Wesleyan that it remains a 4-1 game. Fastball back into the zone. It's 1-2 on Duval. Avery Toole. 1-2, and this is fouled off on the first base side. Stays a 1-2 count. Spring Arbor and St. Francis have played themselves into a really good position in this tournament. Spring Arbor has won 3 games already after winning their play-in over Goshen and then twice yesterday. St. Francis has only won 1 game. They got the bye, being the 2 seed. As this is sent through the right side and into right field, Thomas will come up throwing for second. A 1-out single for Huntington. Runners at first and second and 1 down. It's Chloe Gregory with 1 away and 2 aboard. Both Spring Arbor and St. Francis just 2 wins away from winning the tournament title. Of course, the winner of that 3 o'clock game is in prime position, as they would have to be beat twice tomorrow. 11 o'clock is our first game tomorrow here at Westendorf Field. Toole just missing. It's 1-1. We will start after 12 for our second game today. This is popped up and out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tool rocks and fires. Foul territory, and it lands. Still 1-2. And this is part of the reason that Huntington has had so much success this year, is they don't give up easily in any at-bat, even when they've got the lead late. And Gregory herself continues to battle as this is out of play. Turning into a beautiful looking afternoon. Not as warm as it looks on screen. Avery Toole, 1-2 offering. And Gregory battles another one off. So this long at-bat continues with Chloe Gregory. Jess Duvall at second, Maddie Duvall aboard at first. Catcher Kaylee Bishop is on deck. And again, Gregory fouls it away. A ball and 2 strikes on Gregory. Just up, she lays off, 2-2. Nearing double-digit pitches in this at-bat. Gregory 0 for 1 today, walked her last time up. And fouls another one off. Double-digit pitches in this at-bat now to Chloe Gregory. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jess Duvall at second, Maddie Duvall at first. Little floater towards the middle is going to land, roll into center field. Duvall being waved around third. She scores standing, and runners are going to move up on that throw in to first and third. Huntington with an insurance run to make it a 5-1 game. RBI single from Chloe Gregory. And Jess Duvall scores from second. A pinch hitter coming up for the Foresters. Akasha Burton batting in place of Bishop. First and third, 1 out. Burton will take some swings for Huntington. Burton, .333 hitter during the regular season with 13 RBIs. Played in fewer games as she was that pinch hit option for Huntington. First and third, 1 down. Squaring to bunt, pulled it back. Runner taken off for second. They'll throw over towards third. Nothing happening as 2 runners move into scoring position for HU. One 1-0 and a tick behind on that fastball from Toole. 1-1, popped up by Burton, foul territory towards right field, and it does land just foul. 1-2 count. Burton trying to come through and put up a couple more runs for the Foresters here in the top of the 7th. Indiana Wesleyan has fallen behind 5-1. They have never led in this game. 1-2. Burton fouls it off. 1-2. Burton fouls it off again. Gregory and now Burton for the Foresters just keep fouling away pitch after pitch and giving Huntington another chance. 1-2 count. Burton, little dribbler towards third. It stays fair. Rubel throw to first. Offline. Pulled Martin off the bag at first. And there'll be runners occupying every base for Huntington. And now a mound visit for Coach Koistra and this Indiana Wesleyan group as the Wildcats have kind of fallen apart here in the 7th inning. They've given up a run. The bases are loaded now. It was in a game where it felt like they were trying to take over the momentum and maybe making some hay a little bit. They have just not found anything else, and the defense not helping them on that last play. Rubel took the check back at the runner at third, tried to tag Matty Duvall, throws to first, and it pulled Martin off the bag over at first base. Loads them for Jocelyn Harbert. Foresters try to add on once again. The 8th spot in the order with Harbert comes to bat. Harbert singled her first time up. She's 1 for 3 today. First pitch swinging on the ground to first. Martin coming home. They get the out there. Throw to first. Double play as Harbert did not run that out down the first baseline. 3-2-4 double play. And Indiana Wesleyan will go into the bottom of the 7th with a 5-1 lead. Coach Averill cannot be happy with that as Harbert just kind of pulled up, running to first base, and the good throw from Tharp gets her. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Last bats coming up for IWU.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSN, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
Bottom of the 7th inning, we are back in this elimination game as Indiana Wesleyan trails Huntington 5-1. The number 1 seed could be out in their first 2 games played in the conference tournament if they can't come back here in the 7th. Kenzie Mollenkoff returns to the circle for the Foresters, looking for the complete game today. Mollenkoff got the win over Mount Vernon Nazarene to improve her record to 16-9. It was her 20th complete game. Tharp takes the first pitch off speed in for a strike, 0-1. Tharp, Rubel, Fuller coming to bat in the 7th. 7, 8, and 9 in the order. Tharp thought about laying down the bunt, missed it. It's 0-2. She's 2 for 2 today with a pair of singles. Oh, 2. Outside, a ball and 2 strikes. Off speed, 1-2, and this one coming towards the Wesleyan dugout. Just missing here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bottom of the 7th, 5-1, HU. 2-2. Off speed into right. Harbert comes on, makes the catch. And there is 1 down in the 7th. One away, 8th spot in the order, Sarah Rubel. There There is a left-hander up in the bullpen for Huntington, and as Hasselby is throwing right now just in case they need her. 1-0 count on Sarah Rubel. Rubel into center field, base hit for Indiana Wesleyan, and a runner aboard with one down in the 7th. Danica Fuller now with a runner at first and one out. Down in the dirt with that first offering. Ball one to Fuller. What that hit does is, unless there's a double play here, the lineup will flip back over to the top for Indiana Wesleyan. Be the 4th time through. High chopper towards the middle. That second hop skipped through into center field. First and second with one out for Indiana Wesleyan. Back-to-back hits in the 7th inning. And it's Morgan Yater, or Courtney Thomas, coming to bat. With runners at first and second. Thomas is 3 for 3 today. Bunt laid down. Mollenkoff the first. It is in time for the out. And Huntington's okay with giving up second and third there to get the out on the sacrifice bunt. 2 down for Morgan Yater. Indiana Wesleyan down to its final out here. Crossroads League softball tournament. Maddie Martin on deck. Can they get the line and pass the baton to her? Yater foul down the left field line on that first pitch, 0-1. Kenzie Mollenkoff knocking on the door of her 21st complete game of the year. And what would be win number 17. Down in the dirt, this one blocked out in front of home by Bishop. 1 ball and 1 strike. We'll start game 2 of the day about 30 minutes after this one concludes. One to Yater. On the corner, hits a strike, and Indiana Wesleyan down to its final strike now. Mollenkoff with a 1-2. Fouled back. Remains a ball and 2 strikes. 5-1 Huntington. Bottom of the 7th, 2 down. Maddie Martin is on deck for Indiana Wesleyan. Forrester's trying to beat the Wildcats for the 2nd time in 5 tries this season. Yater sticks the bat head out, makes contact, stays alive. Fuller at second, Rubel aboard at third. Up in the zone from Mollenkoff on 1 and 2. Two. Yater fouls it off again, stays alive. Indiana Wesleyan stays alive here in the Crossroads League tournament. Two and 2 count. Yater in the air towards center field. Tharp ranges back, makes the catch, and this game is final. The Forresters are moving on and will play tonight at 5 p.m. against the winner of our next game, while Indiana Wesleyan is done. 2 games in the Crossroads League tournament, and the number 1 seed is out. Now they are in the national tournament. We'll move on and find out where they're going with the selection show on May 6th. But a big win today for Huntington as Indiana Wesleyan goes 0-2 here in the Crossroads League tournament heading in to the national tournament. Foresters keep their season alive, improved to 28-23 on the year. Kenzie Mollenkoff now 17-9 on the season with that victory. And it'll be Beidel who has handed the loss. She falls to 15-7 on the year for Wesleyan. Huntington will be back here today at 5 p.m. to take on the winner of our next game between Taylor and Marion. We'll have that one for you coming up right about 12:15 back here on SummitCitySports.com. Huntington moving on as they get the 5-1 win over Indiana Wesleyan.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260s dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.